welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the incredible drama of our beloved soap. The spoilers for Monday, June 15th have just dropped, and I am losing my absolute mind over what is about to happen to our favorite characters. I've been watching since the early 2000s, and I've survived every single chaotic era this show has thrown at us. But this is next level devastation. The stakes have never been higher, the betrayals have never been deeper, and the sheer emotional weight of these upcoming scenes is going to shatter us all. We are talking about explosive arrests, shocking family showdowns, and heart-wrenching goodbyes that will forever alter the canvas. I am physically shaking just thinking about how these interconnected storylines are about to explode right in front of our eyes. Let us start with the absolute heartbreak surrounding Ethan and Alexis. Ethan is standing his ground, and it is tearing me apart. He is maintaining a fiercely rigid stance with Alexis, demanding an entirely closed adoption for sweet little Phoebe. He is making it crystal clear that if Alexis does not secure a completely sealed adoption, he will absolutely refuse to cooperate. Ethan has his own deeply guarded, agonizing reasons for wanting to bury the truth that he is the biological father of Phoebe, and he is willing to risk everything to keep that secret hidden. I have survived every single Ethan era, from his rogue grifter days to his most vulnerable moments, and seeing him this desperate is breaking my heart. What terrifies me is that Ethan is going to push everyone away. I am begging the writers not to turn him into a cold figure who abandons his child out of fear. Because of this stubborn refusal to budge, Alexis is going to be forced to deliver the crushing news to Chase and Brooklyn. Can you even imagine the sheer devastation on their faces? Chase and Brooklyn have been fighting so incredibly hard to build their family, and now Alexis has to sit them down and explain that the mysterious biological father is completely unyielding. They are going to be left completely in the dark, entirely at the mercy of a ghost who refuses to step into the light. The emotional toll this is going to take on Brooklyn is unimaginable. She has already been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, and this rejection is going to sting so deeply. It makes me so incredibly emotional just thinking about it. But if you thought the adoption drama was intense, I need you to brace yourselves for the absolute hurricane that is about to touch down. Tracy is going to absolutely lose her mind and physically launch herself at Willow. Yes, you heard me right. Tracy is going to physically grab Willow, violently assault her, and deliver the most vicious warning to stay the hell away from her family. I have survived every single Tracy era, but seeing her cross the line into physical violence is utterly jaw-dropping. Tracy is a lioness protecting her pride, and she clearly believes Willow is a massive threat. What terrifies me is that Tracy is going to go too far and end up behind bars for the rest of her life. I am begging the writers not to strip Tracy of her dignity. And then there is Willow. Our sweet, resilient Willow, who has fought so incredibly hard to find her footing, is now standing right in the crosshairs of this unhinged fury. Willow is a congresswoman now, a public figure with immense responsibilities, and being physically attacked by a prominent socialite is a scandal of epic proportions. The confrontation is going to spiral out of control so fast that it will make our head spin. But Willow is not entirely innocent in the grand scheme of these town secrets, and if she decides to fight back, she could find herself in massive legal jeopardy. What terrifies me is that Willow will snap, retaliate against Tracy, and ruin her entire political career. I am begging the writers not to destroy Willow's hard-earned progress. This is exactly where the story goes, from dramatic to absolutely catastrophic. Because of this violent altercation, Chase is going to be forced to step in and make a highly publicized, incredibly humiliating arrest. I am literally hyperventilating at the thought of Chase pulling out his handcuffs and slapping them onto the wrists of Tracy. Chase is going to arrest his own wife's grandmother for assaulting Willow. The sheer conflict of interest is staggering. Chase is a man of the law, a dedicated officer who has always tried to do the right thing, but this is going to tear his family apart at the seams. Imagine the horrific scene of a decorated police officer dragging the matriarch out in handcuffs. The tension is going to be so thick you could cut it with a knife. And Chase is not just dealing with explosive family drama, his entire career is hanging by a single fragile thread. Assistant District Attorney Justine is going to pull Chase aside and deliver a chilling, zero-tolerance warning that will freeze the blood in his veins. Justine is going to look Chase dead in the eye and tell him that if he makes even one tiny mistake in handling this high-profile case, he will be completely stripped of his badge and lose his job forever. The pressure on Chase is absolutely insurmountable right now. He has to navigate the blinding wrath of his wife, the complicated victimhood of Willow, and the merciless scrutiny of Justine. Every single move he makes is being watched under a microscope by people who want to see him fail. Naturally, Brooklyn is going to absolutely detonate when she hears the news. When she finds out that her husband has arrested her grandmother and is seemingly siding with Willow, the betrayal is going to cut her straight to the bone. Brooklyn is going to be blindingly furious that Chase is playing the heroic savior for Willow while Tracy is treated like a criminal. This brings me to my wildest, most heartbreaking romantic speculation. Is this the ultimate breaking point for Brooklyn and Chase? With Brooklyn's own dark secrets bubbling dangerously under the surface, are we watching the slow, agonizing death of their beautiful marriage? What terrifies me is that this massive rift will push Chase right into Willow. I am begging the writers not to destroy this marriage. In her absolute darkest hour, feeling completely alienated and betrayed by her own husband, Brooklyn is going to do the unthinkable. She is going to turn to Sunny for help. Oh my god, you guys. Sunny walking into the police department to clean up this massive mess is giving me absolute chills. Sunny is going to march right into that police station, exuding that classic, terrifying mob boss energy that we all know and absolutely love. He is going to drop a cryptic, bone chilling line in the interrogation room that will leave the detectives shaking in their boots. I have survived every single Sunny era, and seeing him step up as the dark, powerful protector for Brooklyn is everything I never knew I needed. He is going to use every ounce of his power to manipulate this. While the police station is descending into absolute chaos, we are also going to be hit with an incredibly emotional, tear-jerking goodbye that is going to wreck me. Christina is continuing her farewell tour, and she is going to sit down for a deeply intimate conversation with Molly. Christina is preparing to leave everything behind and move to California, and she's going to share a profound secret with Molly about an impending change. It feels like a sacred, unspoken promise between sisters before they are separated by thousands of miles. The bond between Christina and Molly has survived so much trauma. Watching them share this quiet, heartbreaking moment amidst all the surrounding chaos is going to require an entire box of tissues. This show, you guys, it is so much more than just television to me. GH is like family to me. I have grown up with these people, laughed with them, cried with them, and mourned with them. Seeing this cast standing there just hits you right in the feels in a way that nothing else can. Every single milestone episode, every single anniversary, every single shocking Friday cliffhanger is permanently etched into my soul. Watching Tracy fight tooth and nail, seeing Chase violently torn between his badge and his heart, watching Ethan suffer, it reminds me exactly why I have dedicated so much of my life to this beautiful, crazy soap opera. We have to brace ourselves. Soap, family. The emotional roller coaster is only going up from here, and the drop is going to be absolutely spectacular. Will Tracy end up rotting in a prison cell? Will Chase lose his badge? Will Ethan ever find the courage to claim his child? Will Brooklyn and Chase's marriage survive this catastrophic betrayal? We have to tune in and find out together. June 15th, bring on the chaos. I want all the tears, all the screaming matches, and all the jaw-dropping twists the writers can throw at us. Let me know in the comments below if you are as unhinged about this as I am.